really.
You do that in private.
Hey, fans of the Monday Movie Club. This week, Amy Goldfuck chose What's Up, Doc, which is number 1,202 on the Franken list. I don't even have to watch it. And it's our first Barbara Streisand movie, and I didn't even pick it. I am quite the fan of Ms. Streisand. I'm Frank Gaffney. With us, as always, is Steve, Mark G, Wotitz Gartner, Goldfuck and Cringer, although Cringer gets top billing now.
Always.
And Annie King back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
As she should be.
Amy.
No.
All right. Put the comments directly to Mark.
It's just a joke, people. It's just a joke.
Amy. What's up, Doc?
I'm still laughing. I'm sorry. Why? I don't even know why. We might have been discussing Barbara at some point. Frank, I know she's the love of your life. And I remember seeing it as a kid. I don't know when and where, but I remember that one scene in the drugstore where she actually says, "What's up, Doc?" And I thought, well, since I don't remember it at all, let me just relive it for the movie club because I would never watch it otherwise.
So 1972, were you in Stanford?
No. Florida, I think.
I'm just trying to help you. All right. So, yeah, What's Up, Doc? Bugs Bunny, of course. And she does do a little bit with the carrot there. All right. So here's the plot. Researchers have come to San Francisco to compete for a research grant in music. One man, played by Ryan O'Neal, Steve, seems a bit distracted, and that was before he accidentally meets a strange woman played by Barbara Streisand, who has now devoted her life to confusing and embarrassing him. At the same time, another woman has her jewels stolen, and a government whistleblower arrives with top secret stolen papers, and all four have the same plaid overnight cases. Chaos ensues. It's actually a tartan plaid, if you need to know. Look, I love Barbara Streisand, but quite frankly, she's never made a great movie, a truly great movie. There are three of her movies, however, that do approach greatness, but don't quite get there for me. Her film debut in Funny Girl, her lovely turn as a Jewish girl out to land the ultimate Shegetz Prize, Robert Redford in The Way We Were. Is it Shegetz? That's like the male equivalent of a Shiksa. All right. And both of those films have major problems for me. Well, the third film that approaches greatness is the one we're reviewing today, Peter Bogdanovich's homage to the great screwball comedies of the 1930s. This is What's Up, Doc from 1972. And 1970 San Francisco, I have a whole essay to read.
Please go on. San Francisco has everything.
It becomes a world of chaotic hilarity where mistaken identity, madcap chases, and witty one-liners reign supreme. At the heart of the film is Babs, who shines as the irrepressible Judy Maxwell, a whirlwind of energy and mischief. Her chemistry with Ryan O'Neal, the befuddled musicologist Howard Bannister, keeps you glued to the screen. O'Neal's deadpan delivery performance perfectly compliments Streisand, creating a dynamic duo that navigates through a series of hilarious misunderstandings and zany situations. When the casting was announced for the film, people were like, Ryan O'Neal in a Cary Grant type role seemed like a bit of a stretch. I mean, Barbara as the cute, fast-talking girl was good. But Ryan O'Neal really holds his own, and as Howard Bannister, as in sliding down the.
Frank, hold on. What is he known for at this point? What was he?
Ryan O'Neal was in Love Story.
But he was the romantic lead in that. He was the romantic lead in that too. So why would?
But not the suave, sophisticated, urbanite Cary Grant type. And he supported Streisand and Madeline Kahn. Oh my God, as Eunice. She gives a masterclass in creating a character and staying in it 1,000%. Not one false moment from her.
It was
And
fun
Ken-
seeing her film debut. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And little side note, she was cast in Lucy Mame in 1974, but Lucy was so
Bane.
what?
Bane.
Vain, maybe. And she didn't want Madeline Kahn stealing the picture, so she fired her. Kenneth Mars adds to the comedic brilliance with his impeccable timing and his beautifully eccentric character, which of course he is definitely known for. And Amy will say, the producers, of course.
Of course.
Hey, see the same one. That was also the cop in Young Frankenstein, right?
Yeah, Inspector Kemp.
Yes.
Yes, the count. Peter Bogdanovich was just 33 years old when he made this film, hot off the success of The Last Picture Show. He followed this one up with Paper Moon, which is also great, and it was all downhill from there. Although, okay, Mask with Cher and Eric Stoltz, that's good. That was 1985. And maybe Joel would even say Cat's Meow was very good,
Yes.
Joel. So, but 5 movies does not a great director make.
No, but the rest of his films fall into that interesting category. Some of them are better than others. None of them are as good as The Last Picture Show and this and Paper Moon. Nickelodeon is obviously very interesting. Texasville is an interesting film, a sequel to The Last Picture Show. So
Well, I agree to disagree.
that's fine.
I agree.
But they were all young. Barbara Streisand was 30. Ryan O'Neal was 31, as was Madeline Kahn. So they're all babies making movies. But of course, when I saw it, they were grown-ups, right? But no.
Now they're all dead.
Not Barbara.
All right. Mostly.
She's barely alive, but she's still alive. All right. So here, right. So we get the classic screwball comedies. And he does such a great job, Peter Bogdanovich, giving all those moments. And visually, it's a lot of fun. San Francisco, the dragon, the whole thing. I thought it was very fun. And that chase scene, is like there's bicycles, cars, the Chinese dragon, all the big thing of glass. Oh my gosh, so much fun for me. And it really does. I mean, even watching it, I've seen it probably a dozen times, and it still made me smile. And I feel it is a comedic masterpiece. And I'm giving it 3.5 stars. Memorable performances, witty script, infectious charm. And it's a film that will leave you grinning ear to ear. Except maybe not Mark, who didn't put up a picture. And as I said, it's definitely one of Barbara's best movies. All right, Mark, go ahead.
I was gonna
How
say
much you
this is
hated it?
no. I'll just say it sounds like this is gonna be another week where I am definitely in the lower.
I think you are just a cranky ass movie watcher. Go on.
Look, this
Harry.
wasn't. This is not a movie for me. No.
Wait, I really blame us because we've made him mature and sophisticated.
And I have to agree with you.
Now he's out of
you too.
control. You're out of control.
Amy, I tried. I will say that, to be fair, part of the problem here is watching this in 2024, not 1972. And I don't know the movies that are being spoofed. It's completely, so I'm missing jokes. It's also an old movie for me. So that right there, it's being set up to fail for me as a watcher. So I'm trying to take it into account.
Maybe you should have watched Bringing Up Baby first, and then you would have been.
And I think we need to explain to Mark what the difference between a screwball comedy and a spoof is, because there were no movies being spoofed.
No.
Okay, I get you. But they reference other movies.
Yeah, in an homage.
Right. The word is homage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're not making fun of those movies. They're adoring them.
Yes.
Even Love Story at the end with the whole.
Well, that was funny.
That was a brilliant line.
And that's what I'm saying. At the time, that was probably very funny because it was only a couple years after the movie with Ryan O'Neal. So
2 years later, yeah. And interestingly enough, it's on my schedule to watch this week. Love Story.
Very nice.
As long as it's not on our schedule to watch this week.
No, it's not.
For me,
Remember when I used to make you watch the Franken list?
All right.
may I continue?
If you must.
It was way too slapstick for me. The Keystone Cop fireman, that part was painful. Tripping the old lady over and over again, it was too much. But having said that, this was not a full hate. I finally laughed when Babs put the guy's hand to her chest and asked if he could feel it. And I was surprised. Streisand was actually kind of cute back then.
It was beautiful.
She was beautiful when she wasn't wearing a
Beautiful.
stupid hat or anything. Yeah.
And as a Caper fan, I appreciated all the bad gags. And I tried to follow along to see if I could see which bag, if I was right, and I was totally wrong. I lost it along the way. It's like the Three Rocks, you know, where
Yeah.
I think that was purposeful.
Yeah, 100%. And then, but that drew me in. That gave me something to try to figure out while the movie was going on.
Barbara Streisand even said she had no idea what was going on. She just did what she was told.
That's funny. Higgins was good. The Judge was the best part of the movie for me. And I actually know and like Cole Porter music, so I appreciated hearing a couple of songs. And I'm good with voices, so I recognized the stuttering lawyer from My Cousin Vinny right away. And I couldn't believe how young he was. And anyway, I'm going 2.25 stars. This was 1.5 for Danielle, by the way. This was painful for her, more so than me. I did appreciate parts of it. You know, I'm not the core audience, and I missed the jokes for the most part.
Did you recognize the actor who was tripping the old woman constantly? Do you know who that was?
I don't know.
It was Boss Hogg.
Yeah.
Brooks Rowell.
Yeah, oh, I saw him in the IMDb. I didn't realize that was him though. Well, that's great. Okay.
All right, Annie, were you as much a fan as Mark was?
I loved it. So I
Great.
loved it. I had
Have you
seen
seen
it.
before? Yeah.
I had seen it when I was younger, a couple of times, I would think. Not in the theater, but definitely I've seen it, but not in like 35 years. And I put it on, and as soon as I heard Madeline Kahn, the whole movie just came back to me, like everything. And I remembered every part of it. And I loved it. It was funny. I did feel, yeah. I said to myself, oh, it's too slapsticky for some people, but and Barbara Streisand was beautiful. She was just so gorgeous. And my favorite part was, and I had seen it already, so I knew, but the other people I were watching with didn't. But when they were in front of the judge and she says, hello, daddy, you know, love that
But
part.
you had to know when she came in with the towel over her head that something was going to happen.
I had no idea why.
Yeah.
So it like you said, it put a grin on my face. I was smiling the whole time. It was funny. What were my notes? Oh, but those stupid golf clubs. I'm like, just lose the golf clubs already. Oh my
But she
God.
did. And anybody who's been to San Francisco knows
Right.
you don't want to carry golf clubs uphill.
Yeah.
But he would throw, I knew I was talking too loud for him. He would throw out 2 of them.
Yeah,
and
2 of them,
instead-
exactly.
And I'm not like, just get rid of it.
Well,
Yeah.
he wants to make it still look like he's, walking with his golf bag.
He's incognito. He's trying not to be, discovered by the.
Yeah. That's his
Yes,
disguise.
I mean, there could have been so many other props, but the golf clubs, I was just like, oh my God, just drop the whole thing.
Yeah, no,
around.
I did find it fun that he carried the bag throughout the entire movie. I love that, but get rid of the clubs.
Yeah. I forgot why I wrote it, but the hotel laundry closet. I can't remember what I liked about it, but I wrote it down in my notes. And then
What
there's
happened in the
the
laundry closet?
You mean that it was like a door within a door and that was
yeah.
it?
Oh, that's it. That's
Yeah.
when you like send out your clothing. I've
Yeah.
never seen that before.
Oh,
ever.
that's funny.
Like, have you ever stayed in a hotel that had that?
I feel like I have maybe
Yeah.
once in my life.
Oh,
I was
that
like, oh yeah, they used to do that.
70s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw it before, so I guess I never stayed in a hotel in the 70s. And then the treble clef hors d'oeuvres. That was cool. But yeah, no, I loved it. It was a lot of fun, and if the opportunity came up, I would watch it again. You know, it's just not streaming anywhere, but I liked it a lot. I'm going with 3.25.
I will tell you one more. I know so many trivia bits about Barbara Streisand, so I'm gonna, because you mentioned about her with the hats. She always wore hats, so much so that when she recorded in 1985, she recorded "The Ladies Who Lunch." She would not say the line, "Does anyone still wear a hat?" because she still did wear hats, and she just changed it to "I'll drink to that." All right, Steve.
It looks so much better without it.
Yeah, it's you know, I don't know what else to say at this point. It's a fun movie. It's I've seen it numerous times. It's part of my collection. It's definitely you know, a great piece of comedy from the 70s that does harken back to the great screwball comedies of the 30s into the 40s. Peter Bogdanovich understood that genre of film. You know, even to the point that if you look at you know, I know this will be a controversial opinion, but if you ignore the fact that it was a stage play first, Noises Off as a film is also very funny, falling into that category.
Yeah.
And
Love that movie. Oh.
he understood, you know, the comedy of Buster Keaton. One of his last films that he did was a documentary about Buster Keaton, which is also a very well-made film.
Yeah, a lot of those sight gags really are from those movies.
Yeah. You know, it's, I just find it fun. I can't, you know, I don't know what else to add.
Wait, who wrote the script?
It's
Buck Henry.
Buck Henry,
Buck Henry.
Robert Benton, and David Newman. So it's basically Buck Henry, who we all know who Buck Henry is, and the other two names you may or may not recognize. They were involved in the screenplay for Superman, both 1 and 2.
David Newman. David Newman.
And David Newman also wound up writing Superman 3 for whatever that's worth. So,
Joel,
yes,
40% of us don't know who Buck Henry is.
Oh my.
I know Buck Rogers.
You ever see The Graduate?
Sure.
Yeah, he wrote that. Did you ever see Get Smart?
Wait, no, he wrote that
on
and had a beautiful little cameo in The
He does have a
Graduate.
cameo in The Graduate. He co-created Get Smart with Mel Brooks.
And he was
He
on
was-
Saturday Night Live.
I was
a
going to
little
say he
bit.
was big on Saturday Night Live in the 70s.
And his humor was always a little left of center.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Not
found
this
him
one,
funny back then.
Yeah, very funny guy. All right. Anyways,
I'm going to agree with Frank. It's, you know, 3.5 stars. Moving on.
thank you, Joel.
You're welcome.
All right. So, you probably haven't seen it in 30 years, maybe.
I feel like I might have only seen it once, and I don't think I've seen it in 45 years. So I really had no memory of it. I did love.
And you still don't today.
I did love that she kept calling him Steve, and they just did not stop with that joke.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, by the way, I'm using the cup that Heather gave me full of McKitty. Just a shout out to Heather. And I wrote the scene with the manager asking him to leave was the best. When would they like me to check out? Yesterday. Just back and forth. John Hillerman is so good. As soon as it's him, I was like, oh my God, it's John Hillerman. There were quite a few people. Randy Quaid. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
But just that it was a great cameo. The line 459 Derillo Street. You don't want me to wait, do you? Yes, I didn't think so. And he backs up. Oh my God, that was great. Again, another great delivery. I liked when the guy was hanging the big Keep San Francisco Clean Week sign, and when the ladder was kicked out from under him, and he swung right into the glass pane. That was brilliant. Also adorable when they drove the Beetle up the big tow truck thing with the other Beetles to get away. It was just cute that it just happened to be there and they didn't notice them. The whole car chase was really fun and really well done. And it was great that Barbara Streisand ended up being the judge's daughter. Don't tell me anybody who didn't see this movie guessed that. There's no way. But so I love that bit. I was like, oh my God. And I did wonder why she had the blanket on, but I didn't even think anything like that. But
Right.
having said all that, Oh, I hate that phrase.
Wait, you
Um,
just could you say her one line?
No, I
That's
don't know.
ridiculous.
Something
Thank-
daddy?
Daddy? Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's just daddy then. That's
Daddy?
great. But if you
And
all
the
know
wait, the guy who played the judge, what's his name?
It's like
Oh my
Liam,
God.
Liam something.
Liam. Oh my God, how
Yeah,
funny
he was
was
good.
it?
But I read
was
that he
good.
really wasn't an actor before that. He was a
No,
crew guy or
he
something.
died a few years after the movie anyway, so he didn't
Yeah.
get.
Which is
Oh
funny
my
because
God.
like I said, he was my favorite part of the movie, and he wasn't even an
Yeah.
actor. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
He was so
Yeah.
funny. So funny.
So, but if you know me, you know there are two kinds of comedy that I hate more than anything. One is when it's not based in any sort of realism, which is a huge thing.
Like Paddington.
That makes things funny. What?
Like Paddington.
Right. Mark, you're never gonna live that down. And the other one being slapstick. So I was surprised that this movie was constant slapstick. To me, it wasn't a screwball comedy, it was a slapstick Keystone Cops movie. So it was torturous, Mark. I'm with you. I'm sorry. I give it 2.5 stars, and I was like,
And
when
this
will
was your movie.
end?
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
Too much slapstick.
Way too like when the guy jumped over the fence into the restaurant and landed on the table. He jumps in the seated position. It was just like, oh my God, you're killing me with this shit. Killing me. Wow, I shut us down. Jeez.
I'm with you though, Amy. Stuff like that, I feel like when there's good material and there's funny lines, but it's delivered with too much slapstick, it just ruins the joke.
Yeah, people falling and all that stuff never makes me laugh. It's just not funny to me. Fart
Well, I
jokes
like
and falling is not funny.
People falling in real life though does I'm kind of an asshole. When you have those videos of people falling on the ice,
Yeah.
that I totally crack up.
You're
I'm
not
sorry.
mature and sophisticated in real life.
Correct.
I'm sorry, Amy, that was not a 2.5 star review.
I purposely picked out all the funny stuff, and then I wanted to swing it in. Like when Mark was like, I'm going to be the only low one, and I just kept my poker face.
You got me. It's an actor.
Thank you.
There's a 1-star review at best, Amy.
Come on. When she was in the bathtub and slapsticky and he was getting undressed, he couldn't get his pants off, and she's like, get out right now. And he's like, no. She says no. And he's like, no. Come on, that's fine.
You didn't see that coming.
I know, but how adorable are both of them.
I love his responses to Madeline Kahn in the bathroom about, well, when do you take a bubble bath? Well, it just came out that way.
Yes, yeah, I did laugh
That was
at that.
good.
I did laugh at that.
What are your rocks doing in here? Well, that one I can't explain.
There were
Just-
some very funny lines.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Fine. Watch it if you have to, I guess. What's Up Doc is not available on the usual subscription streaming services. You could rent it from Prime for $3.59, but it will be on TCM on Saturday, July 6th at 3:13 a.m. That's what
2024.
PBRs are for.
2024, in case you're watching this, 3 years from now. So
Right.
In 2024. All right. Next week, Joel chose Apt Pupil, a just okay Stephen King adaptation from 1998.
we're up to that. I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Joel. Could we forget about it? That would be great.
Oh, wow.
It is available on Prime if you subscribe to that, or you could rent it. All right. Or go to the library. Do I have anything else to say about Barbra Streisand?
Did
When
she
she
say
talked
anything
about-
interesting about it in the bio? In her auto
No,
bio?
she actually she had dated Ryan O'Neal. So so they actually were lovers at one point, but not for this.
Okay.
They had already broken up by time they made this movie, but they remained great friends, obviously, because they also did The Main Event in 1979. Now, if you want to see a stupid slapsticky movie, it's that one.
Mm.
Don't.
And no, nothing really. Like I said, she said she had no idea what was going on. And yeah, perfectly adorable.
She didn't sleep with the director too, because he was sleeping with everybody at that point.
No, and that was his whole downfall.
Yeah.
because he met Sybil Shepherd, and that was the end of that.
Yep.
And then he made all those horrible movies with her, and she was terrible when she first started. All right. Anyways, I'm Frank Gaffney. Go watch a movie.